welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. Pure Culture in the house. And our special lady of the hour is in the house, Tasha T. Sizzle. Um, T. Sizzle, we were going to save this to the end of the show, but I can't wait an hour to find out what's going on with the birthday shenanigans. Where are you and how are you feeling this morning? Are you hydrated?
Bom dia. I am in Curacao, or we would say Curacao.
Okay.
That is where I am now. Guys, it's lovely. I am still wearing last night's makeup.
Can you open your mouth? Is there any pancake mix in there?
I got this here nice smoked salmon and avocado with German cream cheese bagel.
Oh, sounds very 850 credit score-ish. Right, 50 where? I'm looking too. I'm like Jerome.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get
see
up.
50 nowhere.
I'm gonna get up later and show y'all some of these lovely views. This is a lovely place. Y'all know I'm a proponent of people expanding their horizons.
Yes.
Stop going to the same places. Go to different places, and that's what I'm going to start doing myself. Get away from the familiarity. Go to new places.
Now, good morning, Denise. Denise checking in says, my mom against all the 50s baddies, and she's gonna smoke everybody. Hold on. We smoking on that T Sizzle pack, ain't we? Denise, hold on. Smoking on that pack. All right. All right. You're looking
right with that Nina. Oh, and to answer your question, Paul, the glasses, these are truly old people glasses. These are transitions.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I got the fancy junk. So no, these not. I mean, my. Oh, they got it down here too, dog. It's always a little buddy.
All right.
Everywhere you go, there's a little buddy.
In your Stiana voice, little buddy. Good morning, Melanie Taylor. Now, you got on your transition, so let's transition. So it's championship weekend in college basketball for the men's and women's tournaments. Jerry Jones is back in the news for all the wrong reasons. We'll get into that.
Unusual.
But first, we got to start with the biggest news that dropped yesterday, and that's Ja Morant back in the crosshairs of the NBA league office. So, in case you all were in Curacao with Tasha, or you're just getting out from serving your warrants, welcome back to the Al Gore's Internet. Let me catch you up real quick. So, on Tuesday night, the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies had a game in the Grindhouse, and during that game, Buddy Hield and Ja Morant, really Buddy Hield did it first, but we'll get into that, kind of did the gun emulation celebration towards each other, and Ja did it towards the Golden State bench. They went livid. The next day, the NBA said they will investigate. They came down with a warning for both Ja and Buddy Hield. So 24 hours later, Ja Morant is on national television playing the Miami Heat. And after his first made 3-4 minutes into the game, he does the celebration, and he continued to do it after every three-point shot. Yesterday, the league came down with a $75,000 fine for Ja Morant. I have a ton of thoughts on this, a lot to unpack. But first, Tasha, your thoughts on this whole saga and how it played out.
Okay. We know the boy has a history. I get it. Buddy Hield did it first. Okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You give both of them a warning. That was fair. Now, Ja, knowing your history, that's the last thing that you should ever want to do. Not saying that he can't do it, but that should be the last thing you should want to do, because you know that target is forever placed on your back when you went up into that shake joint up there in Utah, and then when you were in the car with your friend, who I think you don't need to be friends with anymore because he had no business posting that shit.
And he's not, by the way, to your point. So he listened to Auntie about 18 months ago. Go ahead.
But he still ain't listening to Auntie. What is it with you and guns? Like the Jets, I mean, if they don't let CD do this, You really think, and that's in the NFL, you really think they're gonna let you do, 2 guns drew? Now I know in football, soccer, you have Benny Jr. That's one of his celebrations. He does that, but that ain't over here. That ain't in a country where guns run rampant and you just papping everybody just because you're upset. So maybe that's a little more acceptable over in Europe because they do that celebration. I think it's fair because they warned him. They told you, now look, bro, I done forgave you. You was just being a man. But he kept, y'all, come on.
But if you keep it up, I'm gonna have to drop kick you and get them moving.
So they gave him fair warning. Given his history, I think the warning was a good thing for them to do. But when you continue to, in my opinion, antagonize the league, your boss, it's like if we on our regular 9 to 5, if our boss tells us to do something, and I can say this, we used to work with this guy named Gerald. We called him Thunder. If that lets y'all know anything, we called him Thunder because when he came through there and went off on people, it sounded like thunder. There was only so much that they were going to take from Thunder. You can't keep antagonizing these people and think that you're going to keep your job. Now, mind you, Thunder had worked there for about 25 years. They ended up letting him get his 30, and they pushed him on out the door because he kept antagonizing those people because he could to a certain point. I don't know what it's going to take for Ja to just keep his hands in his pocket. You can keep your gun in the holster, bro. We see you got it.
Yeah. And good morning, Farrah, as she wishes you a happy birthday. Now, I'm going to take this from 2 angles. Y'all see me with the Ja Morant jersey on. It's no secret I'm a huge Ja Morant fan and a huge Memphis Grizzlies fan, even before Ja Morant was even in college. I want to take it from an NBA fan standpoint first, because I am a huge NBA fan, even of today's game. Where's the NBA Players Union? Because last I checked, this isn't illegal to do in the NBA. And as a matter of fact, Ja Morant has been doing this celebration since October when the league started after 3-point shots. He's done it all season. Several players have done it all season. It's not a Ja Morant thing. It's an NBA celebration thing. And I think that if you're Adam Silver in the league's office, why not just come out and make a blanket statement like the NFL did with the CeeDee Lamb and with the throat slash, and you just can't do that anymore. And if you do, first offense, fine. Second offense, suspension. They're like where's the players union in all of this? To me, that's very weak. I think that like the very that same night, it was a doubleheader on TNT. It was Morant and the Heat where he did his thing, and LeBron James, who y'all know how I feel about LeBron James, he did the same thing in the nightcap, and so did several Golden State Warriors players. And you have the Isaiah Stewart situation. You have, $75K Tasha T. Sizzle. Draymond got fined $25K for choking the hell out of Rudy Gobert. Hey, so as an NBA fan, I'm speaking strictly as an NBA fan. I'm like, this is why some of the old school people call y'all weak and soft, because this is kind of like, wait a minute. I saw LeBron do it. Nothing happened to LeBron. I saw Podinski literally do the shot thing. Nothing happened. But with its Ja Morant, now he gets a $75,000 fine. And to your point, you are correct. It's because of his past history and the issue with the gun. But come out and say that, NBA. Like, don't be so passive aggressive about it. Just come out and say, look, we warned you, bro.
But you can't just come out and say that, because it would look like you're specifically targeting him.
But that's what you're doing.
Although we do know this. I believe what happened is somebody was like, okay, like I said, we done forgave you, bro. Yeah. Like, I really believe that's what it is. It's like, Ja, out of all people, you can't do it. But how fair is it for everyone else to be able to do it? But when I do it, it's an issue. But he does, and I ain't never siding with the man. But Ja has to understand that he is being looked at differently. It's not fair, but he's being looked at differently, and he has to, how do you say it? He has to, go accordingly. With his, he has to. I don't even know what the hell I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you're saying.
Like, he has to follow suit. He can't. because of your past actions, you can't be like everybody else.
And I think that as a unionized entity, like with a players union, I think that y'all have to be careful with allowing that to happen as a players union. And Jaren Jackson Jr., you're the VP of the players union. You're a teammate. Like, I'm going to get into the Grizzlies
That's a lawsuit
in just a second.
That's a potential lawsuit.
Right. Now, Farrah says, and she's talking about Austin Reeves. He did it a million times the other night. So did Ja. And Golden State was trolling Memphis because they were doing it after every 3-point shot. Now, Sasha is kind of intimating what you said. Agreed. But if they tell you don't do it, then just don't do it. That's where I think the NBA Players Association has failed, Ja. Because the Major League Baseball Players Union, they're savage. Like you're not gonna drug test us. You're not gonna do none of this stuff. Like they pretty much get what they want in their collective bargaining agreements. I just think as an NBA fan, what message are you sending that LeBron James can do it? To Farrah's point, where she just said Austin Reeves can do it, Steph Curry can do it. I mean, the whole ice in the veins. Can we surmise that looks like heroin?
No, because they ain't tying it off. So it's
okay. So they're not doing that.
They ain't doing that. Now, if they
always saw that on TV, y'all. I ain't never done that much. I don't know from experience. Before y'all start, y'all screenshot
we saw it in Lady Sings the Blues back in the day.
Remember Sugar Hill?
Why he killed his daddy? That was so low down.
That really was. And so she says, like, and I get it. And I'm gonna get to that part of it first. I think what Ja Morant was doing was basically sticking a middle finger to the league because he does feel like he's being picked on. Now, let me go to the Grizzlies fan side of it. Like, don't get her started. She's been very subdued this morning. Let's get to the Grizzlies.
I'm very high this morning. Stop trying to cover it up.
You what?
I'm very high this morning, so stop trying to cover it up.
You heard a boom, 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 boom at the door, still smoking bud?
I smell smoke!
That was me and Martrice's favorite song, and she don't even smoke weed, y'all. We love that. I heard a boom, 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 boom at the door. You never felt fear.
Don't put my light in your pocket. No, weed.
There's no fear like the fear of smoking in a hotel room, and then you hear bang, boom, 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 boom at the door. Well done. Shout out. Good morning.
Steve, little buddy was in full effect down here, Steve. Little buddy.
Your ears must have been ringing because when she said little buddy, I immediately thought about you. Hey, shouts out to Justin. He says, look at my girl. Sizzle shining like Casey's rings out there. All right, look.
You know what? Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
Hey,
I don't need comments.
Hey, you know what? Let's do an early shout. I want to give a shout out to Justin because Justin has been on his come up lately in his mentals, in his pockets, in his life with his family. I am very, very proud of you, Justin. I want the world to hear that. You're doing an amazing job. We're all proud of you. All of your old comrades at Evo, we're all rooting for you. We see you getting swelled up. We see your beautiful family. We see you moving up that corporate ladder. Congratulations to you, my man. Continue God's favor on you before I cuss Ja out real quick. So
let me hold something, Justin. What you got?
Yeah, Justin, let me hold some. You still stay you know what? No, we don't put no addresses out.
Yeah, I'm getting robbed. You don't
right. Okay. No, I don't think nobody gonna rob him. He stay in the gym. Like he throwing hammers like Luigi and them.
He do the pose, Paul.
Right, with the toe out, with the toe.
I'm doing the toe. I wish you could see it.
You gotta kiss it. All right. As a Grizzlies fan, Tasha, this is my issue. He says, wait a minute, he's on my way to you. All right. Okay. As a Grizzlies fan, Tasha, I need you to give me a second. So you go and bite your sandwich. Go ahead and bite your sandwich because I need to unpack this as a Grizzlies fan. Now, y'all heard me as an NBA fan. I think it's foolish to pick on one player and then hide behind the fine and not just say what it is. We've had gun issues with him before. And the reason why he got suspended before was because he came to my office, told me he wouldn't do it again, and did it again 2 weeks later. So the whole I'm telling you not to do something and you do it again is an issue with me. And so that's why I'm singling you out. Just say that. Just say you being a hardhead mofo. I forgave you, bruh. But you won't do that. So I think the NBA PA needs to step up and step in to get that fine removed just for the sake of all the players because You can systematically target whoever you want to under that premise. Now, as a Grizzlies fan, ladies and gentlemen, on February the 2nd, 2025, the Memphis Grizzlies were second in the West. On April 2nd, 2025, they were eighth in the West. You know how many games you got to lose for 6 teams to pass you up in 6-7 weeks? Like, Ja, you missed a lot of those games because you're injury prone. You come back, and now we're fighting to stay out of the play-in tournament, where a season in which you lead the league in scoring, you're number 2 seed, you have championship aspirations to. You might get bounced out and miss the playoffs altogether. And this is the hill you want to die on? As a Grizzlies fan, I'm like, when I saw him do it live in the game, I was like,
it kind of makes you go,
yeah. And I was like, man, he about to get suspended. And I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie, man. He made up for it with that game winner. Talking about he had that pigeon checking me. So like John made up for it as a fan with the game winner. But as a fan, I'm like, bro, like, you're part of the reason why we regressed with the initial suspension and missing a year last year and then missing all the time this year. And you're out there and you're more worried about sticking it to the man. Like, man, sit your ass down with that, man. Like, as a Grizzlies fan, what are you doing? You're letting the whole city down. You're our franchise player. You're our face of our franchise. Why isn't this more important than a gun celebration? To Denise's point, in all caps, I'm saying just don't do it. We need you on the court. Can you imagine with 5 games left to go and go and pull it out your bra? Was that an egg? What fell in there?
Look, I don't know if it's because I got the munchies, but y'all, this damn salmon avocado.
It's taking you forever to eat it. I wish you hurry the hell up.
It's so good. You see, I'm down to my last bite. Keep talking. I'm almost done.
Okay, well, good to the last drop. So, as a Grizzlies fan, I'm like, damn, man, you know, bro, you're showing a lack of maturity. You're showing me that you're not ready to be the face of a franchise because you're so worried about showing up Adam Silver and doing a gun celebration. Like, I thought we were past that, job. What happened to the championship? Like what's going on? We are in free fall, and you're putting yourself in jeopardy because let's face it, the league could have suspended your ass, and there wasn't nothing you could do about it but this game. What was you gonna do? And then the Grizzlies missed the playoffs because of that. Like now we got to get you up out of Memphis. So like this is not a game. You saw Luka Doncic get traded this year,
right?
What makes you think that you
if they traded? Right. If they traded Luka, they'll trade you too.
Let's keep it real, Tasha. Luka is more valuable to the Mavs than Ja to the Grizzlies right now. And I got on the damn Grizzlies jersey. Let's not, come on, man. You can be touched, bruh.
I'm just saying.
Tasha, question. They play in the Motor City tonight at the Little Caesars Dome. Will Ja do it again tonight?
He better not.
If you had to bet all the money in your purse right now that he would or he wouldn't, what would you bet?
You know what? I ain't gonna turn my back on the bruh. I'm gonna say he's not gonna do it. First of all, Wayne County don't play. Put out a gun out there. Somebody might have a gun in that arena. You saw we got the knucking and bucking the other day up there in, what was it, Minnesota, Milwaukee, wherever the hell it was, somewhere with the MI.
It was Minnesota. You said it was an MI, no crooked letter.
No crooked letter, crooked letter. Dante DiVincenzo was trying to square up too, wasn't he?
Hey, he got a taper fade. He ain't scared.
He ain't scared.
Don't be trying to fight no white boy with a taper fade. He gonna throw hands. I think Justin has a taper fade too, if I'm not mistaken. I know he'll throw hands. Farrah, I know you trolling right now in your beautiful jean shirt that you got on your profile picture, but I'm worried, Farrah. I know you trolling, but I'm worried. Farrah. I think his dumb ass might do it again.
Why did this idiot say in your beautiful jean shirt? Like it's a beautiful jean dress. You said in your beautiful jean shirt.
I'm just saying. She didn't wear stuff like that at work when we worked together. So
why would she?
We're digressing. I'm saying that I know she's trolling me because she likes to
That's her at home looking cute stuff. You don't be cute at work. Who look cute at work?
Yeah, that's true. Especially not that job that we were at. He's going to do it. Got one in the locker room. Now, don't do that. Don't do that. Like,
I bring all my guns to work. Gilbert Arenas. Come on, 2 Chainz.
I hope that he does not. But he does not. Right, not at that job. But he does not. I think Melanie said it best. Let me go back to Melanie real quick. I think Melanie, she didn't use the word slow. She didn't say slow. But now I'm like, Cole, he got a little Cole Brown in him a little bit. Like his eyes don't cross when he looked right at you.
He said Cole.
He got a little like Melanie. I'm worried about that. Like
I've been worried about that since the second incident. I mean, you hear stuff coming out, not just against Ja, but with people in general. When you constantly hear things coming out about people, it makes you think, what the hell is going on up here? Because why?
Why? Because why? Because why? And I keep going back to Denise saying it in all caps. Just don't do it. Like, is it that crucial? Like we weren't gonna call you no punk. We weren't gonna make you sign no prenuptia.
Gonna make you sign no prenuptia. And Sasha, if you know, Denver is the hood. Let's just get that out.
That's where he got caught the first time in Colorado in the strip club.
He needs to go to Utah.
But to her point, oh God, no, because then he gonna really wild out. But to her point, the Grizzlies might be like, look, we're going backwards. We went from second in the West to 8th in the West. We're getting worse, and you bringing problems. Like, pick a struggle. Like women say, you can't be ugly and broke. Like we can't be missing the playoffs and you getting in trouble. Like, what are we doing here? I shouts out to Soul on Sports. He said the late David Stern wouldn't tolerate this nonsense. Jarrell, now, bruh, you know you invited to the cookout, the weddings, the anniversaries, but you in this 90s. Okay, you in these 90s, Jarrell. Now, Jarrell, in the 90s,
he's not lying. He made them change their whole dress code. It's a lot of stuff that Stern wasn't going for.
But wait a minute, didn't they have a player called AK-47 back in the 90s?
I mean, but you could.
Wasn't the guy named the rifle number 45 for San Antonio? What was his name? Chuck Parsons. Wasn't his name the rifle? And
that's because he was saying he was the rifleman like Chuck Connors.
Yeah. There was no smoke with that.
But you think in the 90s, we wasn't all we wasn't papping in churches and movie theaters and at your schools and at your local grocery stores.
Columbine, anyone?
Right.
And the thing is, and I'm just saying that in jest, Jarrell, but I think to your point, David Stern gonna stand on business. He's just gonna say what it is. He said, y'all ninjas looking way too hood out here and you're messing up my brand. So I'm gonna need y'all to come out in them big ass jerseys and them white tees and put on a suit. Like, he did say that.
Commissioner Dungy, he's trying to be everybody's friend.
Now, Farrah, this gets into a murky area, but this is the reason why he was singled out and fined, because it's an image thing of when Ja does it, it looks too real. When Andre Karolinko does it, or if Steph Curry does it, or if somebody else pick a play, LeBron James does it, it doesn't look as threatening as when Ja does it. Plus, Tasha, we must remember, Buddy Hield and Ja Morant, as I got to thinking about it, I think the reason why they were specifically warned about that is because Buddy Hield was on the Indiana Pacers when they had that garage incident after the game. With the red beam pointing into the bus and all. With Ja's friend, to your point. Like, so I think that the league office, knowing the history of those two and Ja, and just stop it, Ja. And it goes to what Farrah said, too hood.
Be yourself. We get it. I'm all for being yourself. Charles Barkley was always himself, and he told you, I'm not a role model. You know, he was throwing MFs out the window at restaurants and whatnot. And then he spit on somebody, too.
Yeah, he spit on a woman or a kid or somebody. Yeah.
Damn, Chuck. I mean, Charles Barkley was being himself. Allen Iverson was always himself. Because remember when they said the dress code, what did he do? He just took his chain off. He still wore the same clothes.
He had an assortment of colorful. Right. He had an assortment of colorful do-rags.
He had the dress pants and a jersey. with a suit coat.
When he won MVP, he was dressed like Martin when he was looking for a CD player.
Right. So I'm all for people being themselves, but when you are in certain positions and they paying you that much money, like Shannon Sharp was saying, if they paid me $30 million, I'd be out there in a tuxedo. You can call it what you want to. You can say you tap dance for the man, but you're being paid millions of dollars, and all these people are asking you to do is just go out there and don't act no damn fool.
I'm saying if we were first in the West, I wouldn't care. But we fighting for our playoff lives, and this is what like why aren't you focused on winning? That's what I want to see out of my franchise player. Now, Melanie says, when you constantly do things that you have been reprimanded for, it shows you lack the control needed and probably need help. I thought he got that help when he missed the whole year.
I told you that was the Fraggle Bull and that boy wasn't in no damn counseling. He did what was required. He went there. You know how you go to Alcoholics Anonymous. Hi, I'm Tasha and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Tasha. They was just saying, hey, Ja. He wasn't opening up. He wasn't saying that. He was just sitting in the circle listening.
It's very frustrating as a Grizzlies fan. And back to what Farrah said when she said, yeah, he's going to do it again. I am worried about that. I wouldn't bet a dime that he would not do it again, because it's like to Melanie's point. They got you. You told them, you went into the league office and told them, I'm sorry about the Instagram, and did it, what, a week, 2 later? The league warned you. It was like, okay, Ja, it's been a couple of years since you've been in the office. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, to your point. And then you turn around and do it 4 minutes into the game. That was premeditated, Tasha.
Yeah.
That was you said the first shot that I hit, I'm going to do it. And you did. And I did gasp. I blame Ja's daddy to be his friend that never worked.
Terrell, don't go there, because Paul will choke shit out of you. Say something about T. Because when I tried to say that same thing about T, somebody right here.
You mean the same T that got him in the league?
See?
At some point,
Jarrell, you see what I'm saying?
At some point, the man is grown. This ain't a college kid no more. This man is 26 years old. He's been in the league 6 years. Like, come on, like what can T tell him when he bought T's house?
It's still something as a parent that you can say. Sasha will be 30 years old this year. She makes some decisions, and you know what? I'm still gonna say what I need to say.
But now, I think it's unfair because we don't know the dynamics of the relationship, and if he has said that and Josh just not listening, we don't know that. Like,
well, all I know is
grown man.
I know he's still showing up on the sideline looking like the Gucci God.
As he should. That's his son.
He benefiting from it. So
I'm talking to my son. Well, is he not supposed to benefit?
But what did I say? It comes a point when all your hangers on that you need somebody to tell you, no, you can't keep having hanger on and yes man in your group. And I think his father is a yes man. But when that money runs low, we'll find out.
I just think that's kind of irresponsible to say that T Morant is like contributing to this. There's a mother there as well. Why ain't nobody ever bring up the mama?
Didn't she call his folks because somebody disrespected her at the damn sneaker shop down there in Memphis? They all just
look. Sasha will choke somebody if you at the mall fighting too. All right. I'm just saying.
We down like that, but I'm not Ja Morant.
First step to recovery is admitting you have a problem not happening. Let's back up, because we opened the show saying that this is a celebration that everybody's doing. It's not illegal or banned in the NBA to do this. You just said that Austin Reeves did it, Farrah. My whole issue is don't single it out for one player, because now you're opening up the door to single out different players for different things at your discretion, instead of doing like the NFL and banning it across the board. I'm just saying we're getting into a slippery slope. As a NBA fan, as a Grizzlies fan, I'm disappointed in Ja. I'm not running from that.
But the thing is, I'm over every league canceling any sort of celebration. I mean, well, basically, it's only the NBA and the NBA and the y'all. I'm sorry, the NBA and the NFL. And you notice certain people in the Major League Baseball, and y'all know where I'm going with this. You don't see this in hockey, and I love hockey. Shouts out to Alex Ovechkin for time, the great ones.
He did.
So he will pass it, and hopefully I'll be able to see that. But you see, there's really not any penalties for any violence or anything unless you're checking somebody with your stick. That's it. You can cross check, you can bump into the board, you can drop gloves and fight whenever you want to. But they're not getting penalized for certain things. It's the leagues that are heavy with us that tend to have.
That is absolutely true.
You can't doo-doo brown. Like you can't thrust your.
That's absolutely. We saw a Michigan baseball player snort a line of coke on third base after getting a triple.
Right. What's wrong with I don't see anything wrong with this. This is over. Like, ain't nobody saying, "Oh, I'm finna cut your throat, OJ." They just saying it's over. I don't see anything wrong with the CD Lamb with that. I don't.
That looked a little goofy to me, but I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, just aesthetically, it looked goofy. Like, why are you sniffing your finger?
I mean, and I get the guns because of the culture, but I just don't.
Mike Green needs to stop saying "bang" after a 3-point shot.
Yeah, so I don't, but I still don't really have a problem. I mean, I don't have a problem with celebrations. I just don't.
Now, Jarrell says the same T that got kicked out of the game because he don't know how to act. If that was my son, I wouldn't tolerate that. But when your son moves out of your house and he's a grown up and he's got his own job and his own money, how much can you really enforce?
You still got to have that influence, and you can't say, "Oh, it's because the young." Like Sasha and I are more like sisters, but Sasha ain't gonna act no damn fool.
But if she does, what can you do?
I'm gonna choke shit out of her. Ask Melanie Taylor what she would do to Morgan Taylor if Morgan decided to act a fool.
Right, but I'm saying, like, okay, let's use my mom for instance. The people who know me know my mom was very present. My dad too. But if I decide to yoke somebody down here, like, what can she do? Like, what can she really do?
But that's the thing. You yoke somebody.
Raise them the best way you know how.
But you know what? AP being AP, if you yoke somebody, she's gonna support you as her son, but she's not gonna be on the news talking about my baby didn't do it.
That's true. That is true. But I'm saying that me doing something down here, and Tasha, you know some of the chronicles. That wasn't a reflection on how my mom raised me. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom did not raise me to do something.
But the number one thing, but were you ever recorded? Were you ever posted? Or were you ever in public?
No, I was not.
There you go.
But I'm just saying, if one of those situations had ever gone awry, I don't want that smoke to come back on my mom because she raised me better than that. That's why. And the thing is, I'm not saying that T is not an enabler. I'm saying don't let Ja off the hook with that. He's too old to be blaming the parents.
We're not letting Ja off the hook. We're just saying that I think T is like, shit, I did my job. I'm finna be out here. I'm riding around and I'm getting it.
But I want to give that grace to most parents, though. You get them out of high school, you get them safe, and you raise them right to the best of your ability. Whatever they do when they're grown, I'm not going to immediately point to you as the source of the problem. I'm just saying that, just in life in general.
I know a young lady. I know her parents very well, and some of the things that she posts on Instagram, it shocks and appalls me. And I said, because I know she wasn't raised like that. So I do get your point. And but the thing is, I don't think her parents know that she's doing that. T knows what his son is doing. And it comes a point where you be like, look, boy, like you may have to jack him up and say, stop doing that. And I don't think T is doing that. But I don't think he's gonna not listen to his father or not listen to his mother, because especially the father. T is the biggest presence in his life at the games and everything else. Yeah. Then you look at your daughter. You have a daughter, job.
I just think that that we don't know what conversations T is having with him privately, although he does support him publicly. And why wouldn't he support him publicly? I think anyone would do that in their position. You want to support him publicly, but privately, this is like when you go to the teacher conference and you're sitting there and you're smiling and looking polite. When you look over at the kid, like, I'm gonna beat your ass when we get home, but you don't do it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tasha, just don't. These ain't put you in no position to do that. Now, Farrell says, how do we know he was not told he couldn't do it because of the charges he had? He hard-headed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying that.
I'm pretty sure T is saying, now, Ninja, you know you finna F up this money.
Right.
But
right.
And to Melanie's point, the fact that he keeps doing it, he has some kind of damn problem.
No, I just think he's just a hard head, a knucklehead, and I think that he plays into this villain role, and I think that it doesn't serve him. It doesn't serve his game. It doesn't serve his future. It doesn't serve his
But you're
sponsors.
25 years old. You're the one saying he's a grown man. When
No, I'm saying, look, I'm disappointed in his actions as a Grizzlies fan. As an NBA fan, I think this is selective outrage because everybody's been doing it all year. So either ban it or leave Ja alone with that. You know what I'm saying? And we still to this day haven't heard him ban it at all. It's just for Ja. So Kate Cunningham tonight can go out on this Little Caesars Palace floor and do the gun celebration, and then what? Like now you're getting into that minutia to where, well, what about ism? He didn't do it, well, he did it. But I'm just saying you could, to Jarrell's earlier point, David Stern would have just shut it down across the board, and I totally agree with that. Denise with the last word on this topic. Nothing wrong with the slime. It's not sniffing your finger. It's not like wiping your nose or doing a line with your finger. I get that.
it is, it's
like that whole deal. But the NFL stood 10 toes down, said you can't do it. Period. Point blank. And I respect.
I don't really think they do a lot of research when they see these celebrations. They probably think he's doing a line of cocaine off of his wrist or something.
Yeah,
they don't.
Because they do. You know that's a corporate drug.
I'm getting ready.
That's a corporate drug, Tasha.
It's a ship over here, and I'm gonna ask him, can I get on it? Because I'm not doing this.
That's $100,000 and up drug. Like that, they ain't smoking no weed. They got the crucible.
Not the. It just gonna take the little thing off it.
Right? They got the.
Put it back on.
I got to get back to work. Smoking weed take too long. I got a meeting.
Let me check my nose. Bye. I'm finna get on this ship. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm high. I gotta catch a plane. I don't want to do this.
Oh boy, Ja Morant, like damn, bro. Like, is it Tasha? Is it me? Every time I get a jersey, the player gets shipped out of town.
For the 5 millionth time, stop buying jerseys.
But I got them for the playoffs.
Only buy, so you just can't wear a Grizzly shirt? Just buy the team shit. Stop buying jerseys. Y'all wasting money.
This gonna have to go up next to Eddie. No, you don't get Eddie. You don't get Eddie and Charles Woodson on the wall because you got yourself out of Memphis if it goes that way. Son is your place, and the family has nothing to do with age. I will tell my son till I die with his right. No, I get that, and I'm not. For all of you all who are parents out there, I'm not saying otherwise, and I know that you all would do that. But y'all kids ain't embarrassing y'all out here. So like whatever y'all did worked. Now maybe T needs to go to a group counseling session with the Goon Squad. But Jock is young with money, and he might be cussing MTF out. We don't know what kind of kid he really is. We just don't know.
I'm offering my services. T, Ja, come holler at your girl. Come holler at you. I'll get y'all some act right.
Tasha, we're gonna show the background here to close the show, but let's move on to the final four.
Paul said to wait, Farrell. So
just hold on, Farrell. We coming. Hold on, change is coming. Hold on. So the final four is later on today. 4 number 1 seeds, first time since 2008, which coincidentally was in San Antonio as well. Tasha T. Sizzle, let's talk about the first matchup where the Auburn Tigers and the Florida Gators lock horns. Florida's a 2.5-point favorite. They met on February the 8th with Florida winning 90-81. Does Florida win the rematch?
They better, because that's who I got in my bracket.
Okay. I do too. I have them winning it all, but I'm a little shaky on that now, and I don't think you're going to like who I think is going to actually win it all now.
No, because I didn't even put them there because I hate them that much.
I got you. Now, Walter Clayton Jr. for Florida and Johnny Broome for Auburn are the two of the best players in the country. Florida has struggled. They kind of sleptwalk through this tournament and come back at the end. You can't sleepwalk against Auburn.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is Broome gonna be okay? Because he was basically out there playing with one arm after that injury. I know they were saying, oh, it's this many days before he's able to play, but all it's gonna take is one move.
Yeah. And if he goes down, so does the ship.
Yeah.
Now she says another news, Flau'jae is staying for her senior year coins. Denise, we're going to talk about that next week because there are several tentacles to that has to do with the WNBA and striking and all of that kind of stuff. So make sure y'all stay tuned for this piece.
What's her name from Notre Dame? She did the
right.
And I'm totally in agreement with them on that.
I think so. I think I'm in agreement with you and them as well. But Ja bumped them to next week. But there's a discussion that needs to be had about that as it relates to the WNBA, their collective bargaining agreement, and their future. So Denise, great tease there. We're going to get really in depth into the WNBA and the college women's players staying instead of going into the draft, even though they're lottery picks. Good stuff by you, Denise. Broom is hurt a little. Yeah, that's what Tasha was saying. I like Florida in this one. I think Junior is a monster. Lottery pick status in the draft. She's going to transfer. She what at LSU? Where is she?
I'm not. Let me keep my.
With Kim Mulkey, you don't like her?
She rude and she nasty.
Yeah, she is. No disagreement there. She is. Now in the nightcap, we have Duke versus Houston in a matchup of two opposing teams. We have offensive-minded Duke, who's very young. Then we have defensive-minded Houston, which may be the last team that you see with 5th and 6th year seniors that actually stayed with a program the entire time under Kelvin Sampson. Both teams 22-1 in conference play during the year. Both teams riding 10-plus game winning streaks. Something has to come to a head tonight, Tasha. Who makes it to 11 straight wins, Duke or Houston?
I'm going with the NCAA version of Coach Keep a Job and Kelvin Sampson.
I was not expecting you to go there, but since you said that, that is true. My man is like Jello on a nail. Like he ain't no charges sticking.
He's sliding down that pole like a stripper with her ass clapping.
Where's Mike? Now, Sasha said raise up.
No, I don't. She's PWTT to me with a sparkly jacket.
She does have sparkly jackets, but she does do a mean dap. Her dap game is on point when she's going into the arena. She says what we're all thinking. Well, Tasha, don't you love that? That's what you do.
I do, but it's a lot of stuff behind. I don't like her thoughts and
oh, okay.
On certain.
I got you.
Like I say, let people be who they are. That ain't got nothing to do with you, Kim.
Yeah, the way she handled Brittany Griner and all that kind of stuff.
And others. I don't like her stance on that.
I got you. So it's a personality clash when it comes to you two, and that's perfectly.
She be out there looking like a lounge singer with them sparkles on. She be clean sometimes, but.
Good morning, Michael Harris. Yeah. So are you going with Houston tonight since you hate the Dukies?
Even if I had Duke in there, I really think Houston is going to win, like you said, the defense. But I'm just hoping that defense is tonight. I wasn't expecting Houston. I mean, I did have them in my Final Four, but I thought they were going to struggle a little more because they tend to be inconsistent.
They're very inconsistent on the offensive side of the ball. Very inconsistent.
But I think as long as that defense, because I mean, you got Cooper Flagg, you got other scorers at Duke. I think the best thing to maybe do, let him get his shots off and just hold everybody else down.
Tasha, that might be the key to victory for Houston because they are much more than Cooper Flagg. But if you cut off the head of the snake, that probably gives you your best chance to win. And if anybody's going to devise a game plan to stop a team that's offensively potent as Duke, it's Coach Keep a Job, college edition. Coach
Jello shooters.
Now, speaking of keeping a job, we have a women's championship game tomorrow with the old guard versus the new guard. We got Gino in his 13th championship game versus Don Staley, who's looking to go back to back.
You already know, so don't even ask.
But Vegas has UConn as a 6.5 point favorite. Is that surprising to you?
What did I just say?
UConn beat them by 29 points in February.
What did I just say?
That don't worry you at all. If you had to bet your expensive transition,
I'm going with the Gucci goddess.
You think she'll let Plies hit if she wins?
Plies might be at the game. He on the Millennial Tour, but I wouldn't doubt Plies catch a red eye and get to that game.
Tasha, let me ask you this. I think with Juju out of the mix, I think that the women's bracket got the best possible matchup for an ABC championship game on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes, because it's like if you had the two biggest names. You got Paige, you got Juju. So, of course, people were going to watch. But if you're talking about programs, you got UConn and SC, the South Carolina version of SC, with Dawn Staley and Gino. Now, Dawn, and remember, you and Mike gave me the side eye when we were talking about best college coaches, female, and I put Dawn Staley on that list, and you and Mike literally stared at me with daggers when I said that.
But hold on, though. But did I not come back and apologize after that? I came back and apologized. Now, that's Mike standing on that island of hate and disdain. I came back and apologized because
at this point, you got two of the biggest coaches. You got coach against coach, big time program against big time lineage. Because again, I know everything UConn has done, but the Tennessee program is always going to be top tier, followed by UConn.
For me too.
And when we were growing up, you did have SC with like Cheryl Miller and all those players, Tina Thompson. You had, it was SC, but the South Carolina SC, I think it's going to be a better overall matchup as far as game.
Yeah, and I think that they caught a break with that because let's just keep it real. And when we're in the booth, we tell the truth. This is a pick-a-side matchup, which is always good for ratings.
Yeah.
Right, so we shall see. I hope that Don gets it done because Gino was he didn't show enough reverence to Pat Head Summit when he was coming up trying to knock her off her perch. I never forgave him for that. I'm a forgiving person by nature, but that's Pat Head, and I don't like you rolling up on her and being a little slick with it.
God rest her soul. Right.
You was kind of slick with it, bro. So I want Don to put some hands on your ass.
We don't like that.
All right. Miss Hastings checking in says, happy birthday, Tasha. Looking good.
Thank you, Mama Hastings.
And she knows a thing or two about looking good. Sheila Hastings.
Sheila, hand me some of that retirement money too, girl. Let your girl. I know you got it, big dog.
She holding. She holding. Right, let me look over my glasses. Like, you holding, Miss Hastings. We see you. When you retire, that means you did your job well done. She got them. She give you that holy handshake in church. There's gonna be something crispy in it. Shh, don't tell your mama to go on and get you some church's chicken. Go on and get you some groceries for the week. God is good. He got Pat, but we won't. But he wants to get. He does. Mm-hmm. He got put on the back burner during the Caitlin Clark, Kim Mulkey, Dawn Staley ascension. He out for blood tomorrow. He gonna try to beat her ass. I didn't mean that literally, so don't cut this up.
Right? Don't nobody be talking about he condoning violence against women.
Is your DMs open, Miss Hastings?
Right. My phone's in the room. I'm sorry.
Is your DMs open? Because I'm about to DM you with a number and a cash app. Let's go.
We about to F up some commas. We F up some commas, yeah.
All right. So we'll say. Like, do we got time to talk about Jerry?
What time is it?
You got time? We 12 minutes to the top of the hour.
We got 11 minutes.
I
don't necessarily have a hard out, but like I said, I'm still
wearing. No. But you're on vacation.
All the last nights except for this shirt.
Right.
I need to shower.
Okay, so we'll make this quick. So stop me if y'all heard this before. Jerry Jones is having a contentious contract negotiation with one of his star players. This time it is Micah Parsons. Now, he was speaking to the media earlier this week, and he went out of his way to disrespect David Mulugeta, who is Micah's agent, the same agent who got Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed while he was hanging on by a thread of his freedom.
And the Haslings have now come out and was like, oh, it's on me. We knew that. Duh.
Right. But that's the agent I want on my team. If you can get Deshaun 230 fully guaranteed, then I know you can do for me. But Jerry was very dismissive of that, brother. I slid that in there for a fact. He said that he don't even know who he is. and then he really is not going to be a factor in these negotiations. Micah fired back on Twitter saying, "Oh hell no, he's the best in the business." Tasha, well, how will this play out? Will we have another CD Lamb and Dak situation?
First of all, Jerry, you claim you don't know David Mugletta, but you know Henry Hines.
Harry Hines, Tasha.
I mean, shit, Harry Hines. You know Harry Hines, BLVD.
He ain't too far. Sounds like ain't too far from Harry Hines either.
How about that? But no, I think it was very disrespectful because that man knows full damn well who he is.
Right.
Because he is one of the top agents.
Yes, he is.
He's up there with Drew Rosenhaus and all the others. So for him to say that was really disrespectful, and you being a GM,
right?
You definitely know who that man is, and I don't blame Micah because that's the man who's negotiating these deals. Because if Jerry cuts Micah or releases him, it's gonna be that agent that's gonna get somebody to pick him up.
Right, and I think that to be dismissive of him, to reiterate what you said, was very disrespectful, and it was unnecessary. Like Jerry, like there was no reason to do that. Now, if I'm David Mugletta, I'm like, okay, well, yesterday's price ain't today's price because you need Micah.
So what Jerry is really upset about is the fact that Steven probably told him, Dad, you know we're gonna have to pay him now. It's beyond backing up the Brinks truck. He gonna have to jump off the cliff like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to pass Garrett and Jamar Chase as the highest non-paid. I mean, that's just how contracts go. You had to do that with CD. Well, he came in just under Justin Jefferson.
Just below Jetters.
But you had to do it with Dak. Like you have to like just do it. This is getting old. And let's keep one thing very, very clear, Tasha. Dak Prescott, nice guy, company man, toe the line. CD Lamb, mild-mannered. I ain't gonna call him a company man, but he's more mild-mannered. I'm gonna just let my
you don't see him in no mess outside. You don't, you know.
Michael Parsons is John Morant without the guns. He ain't. Michael Parsons ain't that one to be doing this to. Like, Michael will spill all the dirty beans.
He sure will.
On. Like,
he sure will. He has that podcast for a reason, which I do find very entertaining. I don't watch it often, but I do catch it from time to time.
I mean, but the clips are always fire. The outtakes from his podcast, he's always giving you something to talk about. And you really want him to go on his platform and air out the laundry from y'all's negotiations? Like, Dak ain't gonna do that. The CD didn't do that. Like, you messing with the wrong one with Micah. All right, like
he was just quiet and he stayed down there in Miami and didn't go to camp, and you didn't hear a peep out of him.
Yeah, and Jarrell, I totally agree. Negotiating deals through the media is bad business, especially when somebody has just as big a platform as you do now.
Oh, he commenting on there. That means they get ready to go on. Jarrell, tell the guys I love them, I miss them, but I won't be able to get on today.
Right, she's going to go hydrate.
And tell Mike, hey.
All right, so. All right, I'm gonna. As Mike would say, moving on in a hurry. All right, Tasha, we're gonna close the show. But how was your birthday? Well, how's your vacation been?
Y'all, these are some of the nicest people. Y'all know I'm a people person. I have vibed with so many locals. Y'all know I do not do all inclusive. Don't put me on no all inclusive, no nothing.
Really? You
I don't like all inclusive. You know, I like to get out. I like to walk around. I like to meet people. This country is so beautiful. Let me get up. Wait a minute. These knees, y'all. These knees.
You're looking fantastic.
Now, I'm in like the heart of like the downtown, the city. Can you guys see that?
Yes, it looks beautiful. Yes, we can see it.
They had fireworks last night. Every Thursday here, they have a celebration. That's the cruise ship that's in port. But every Thursday, they have a celebration in this particular city where I'm staying. And they have a big party and everything stays open till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Oh, look at that pool.
That's the pool I was in yesterday. Hello, sir. Say hi to the people.
What's good?
He said, what's good? What's popping?
All right.
I'm just interrupting y'all. This man's over here relaxing. This is like the little upstairs. There's another nice lady.
Okay, all right, looking good.
But yeah, this is the party scene up here, guys.
Is that where you were partying last night?
Y'all, I was in these streets last night.
No pancakes in the mouth this
No.
morning.
And this bridge, guys, I drove over this bridge. It scared the bejesus on an ATV.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
It scared the bejesus out of me. And these are like actual like classic buildings. Y'all see it's like Dutch style because this is a Dutch colony.
Okay, like Ricola.
That's Swiss.
Oh, okay.
This nut said Ricola. This nut said. But yeah, this is where everything was on. I did come up here a little bit. It was on and popping. It's mixed up here. It was old people. It was young people. The music was live. It was amazing. I did come up here for a little while, but I treated myself to a lovely dinner of lobster tails.
Okay.
And I had drinks. Yeah, I have drunk more alcohol in these 4 days than I have in 2 years.
And that's how you're supposed to bring in 50 for the city.
Look at that.
So will there be any naps today, Tasha, or are you going to just go hard and sleep on the way home?
Actually, I am going to another destination.
Stay tuned. Follow you. Hey, where can we follow you? Where can we keep up?
Follow me on Tasha D404 on Instagram. This fool said, "But Jesus."
Tasha, hey, I'm putting it in the chat for everybody so we can follow you and keep up with your weekend activities. Jarrell says, "Welcome to 50." Y'all, I'm jealous, man. I can't wait to get there.
Y'all, I done got so relaxed. Your girl done started taking one of the people's helping me take my braids down because I got to get my locks retwisted at my next destination. Thank you, Jarrell. Yeah, y'all. I made so many friends down here. People were making me. I had the best chicken sandwich on this earth down here. A Jamaican brother made it for me, so it had a little sazon to it.
Thank you, Denise. I just put that in there. So delete mine, y'all, and follow the daughter.
But yeah, your girl getting ready to get retwisted. I'm getting ready to go get me some more bud. So to be honest, I may not even get to watch any of these basketball games.
It doesn't matter. You got Instagram. You can catch the clips and the highlights. You go live your life. Because
your girl doing it big, and what Maya say? It's all about me. What she say with Cisco, baby. Y'all, literally, I still got. Look at my lips. My lips I still got a little lipstick on.
Give a shout out to the Wi-Fi in that area.
Y'all, I love the Dominican Republic, but the fact that I have real working Wi-Fi.
That's the God. That's the God. That's the winds of change blowing in your direction. Winds of change. Right. Martre's in the house. Live, baby, live. That's right. That's right. So, close the show down so you can get back to your weekends. Any shout outs, anything you want to tell the people before we log off for today?
No, just like I said, shout outs to these beautiful people. Y'all do know we pronounce it wrong, and they have told me several times how to pronounce it. It's Curacao. I think that's how they pronounce it.
Curacao.
Yeah, and we say Curacao. And if you didn't know, it's part of the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Yeah, that wind is baby. The wind is winding here.
But I love it. I love it. That means that it's a beautiful day out there. That's the winds of change. That's God blowing favor in your direction.
Blow it. Rain down on me.
He stretched it up. That's love. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for watching today. Tasha T.
Oh yeah. Shouts out to everyone who took time out of their day to wish me happy birthday, to send me messages. I got so much love because y'all know usually I don't put my birthday out there like that. But I know this is a milestone. This is golden. Like I got Trinidad James playing on my post on Instagram because y'all know that's how I'm gonna keep it thug. Gold all in my watch. Come on, Trinidad. So, but y'all know that's how I live. I live life to the fullest. I don't want any regrets. Life is too short. to be out here living with regrets. Do what makes you happy, but be safe.
Yes.
But yeah, so shouts out to everyone that took their time out to send me, like I said, birthday wishes. And one last thing, that y'all know I'm not a cat person, but for whatever reason, thank you for being a friend, Trees. I own
back and forth and back.
I have owned 2 cats, and my little Castor Troy, who was my first cat, he would have been 1 year old on the 3rd. So, you know, I send a little shout out
Every
to my
season.
baby Castor Troy up there in heaven. I know he's looking down on mommy and his new bad little brother Pollux Troy. So if you know, that's Face Off, Castor and Pollux Troy.
Nice. I want to give a shout out to Tasha T. and for taking your birthday into your own hands and living your life. This is what 50 looks like. This is how 50 is, and I'm very jealous. I can't wait to reach that milestone with you all, Lord willing. So I'm very proud of you. I love you, and you be safe out there. We will see y'all next week. And until then,
Vamos Azul.
go blue. We out. Peace.
Douchey. That means love, guys.
Okay, let me